Hello students, welcome back to the biology class. In the last video, we learned till nomenclature and the rules for nomenclature. This video will help you understand more new terms. Since it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms, it is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. This process is called classification. Classification is the process of grouping of organisms into categories based on easily observable characters. For example, we easily recognize groups such as plants or animals or dogs, cats or insects. The moment we use any of these terms, we associate certain characters with the organism in that group. What image do you see when you think of a dog? Obviously, each one of us will see dogs and not cats, isn't it? Similarly, suppose we were to say mammals. You would think of animals with external ears and body hair. Likewise, in plants, if we try to talk of wheat, the picture in each of our minds will be of wheat plants, not of rice or any other plant. Hence, all these dogs, mammals, rice, wheat, etc. are convenient categories we use to study organisms. The scientific term for these categories is taxa. Taxa can indicate categories at very different levels. Plants also form a taxa. Wheat is also a taxa. Similarly, animals, mammals, dogs are all taxa. But you know that a dog is a mammal and mammals are animals. Therefore, animals, mammals and dogs represent taxa at different levels. Hence, based on characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is taxonomy. External and internal structure along with the structure of cell, development process and ecological information of organisms are essential and form the basis of modern taxonomic studies. Hence, characterization, identification, classification and nomenclature are the processes that are basic to taxonomy. Carolus Linnaeus is regarded as the father of taxonomy. Let us learn what systematics are. The word systematics is derived from the Latin word systema, means systematic arrangement of organisms. Systematics is the study of the diversification of living forms, both past and present, and the relationships among living things through time. Linnaeus used Systema Naturae as the title of his publication. The next topic that we are going to study is about taxonomic category. Classification involves hierarchy of steps where each step represents a rank or category. Various steps of the classification hierarchy are called taxonomic categories. Each level in the hierarchy represents an increase in organizational complexity. So now let's learn about various taxonomic categories. The first one being the species. Species is a group of individuals in which the individuals can interbreed among themselves. Members of a species have a large number of similar characters. Example, Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, Panthera leo. Next category is the genus. A group of closely related species is called genus. Example, potato, tomato and brinjal are three different species but all belong to the genus Solanum. Lion, leopard and tiger are members of the genus Panthera. Next category is family. A group of closely related genera is called a family. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Example, three different genera, Solanum, Petunia and Datura are belonged or are placed in the family Solanaceae. In animals, genus Panthera and genus Felis belong to the family Felidae. The next category is order. A group of closely related families is called order. Order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified based on the aggregates of characters. Example, plant families like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polemoniales. In animals, Felidae and Conchidae belong to order Carnivora. Next is the class. Class is a major category made of one or more related orders that possess certain similar correlated characters. Example, class Mammalia has a number of orders like Carnivora, Rodentia, Primata, Insectivora, etc. All possess mammary glands, external ears and hair. The next category is the phylum. A group of closely related classes is called phylum. In the plant kingdom, phylum has been replaced with division. Examples, Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia, they belong to the phylum Chordata. Next taxonomic category is the kingdom. A group of all the related phyla is called the kingdom. Example, the kingdom Plantae comprises all plants from various divisions. All heterotrophic organisms which are eukaryotic and lack a cell wall are kept under animal kingdom. Here is the figure which represents the taxonomic categories showing hierarchical arrangement in ascending order. Species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division and kingdom. Here is a table that shows organisms with their taxonomic categories. There are various columns which comprises of common name, biological name, genus, family, order, class and phylum or division. I'll read it out for man. So man is a common name. What is its biological name? It is Homo sapiens. It belongs to genus Homo. Family is Hominidae. Order primate. Class Chordata or chordate and phylum or division it belongs to is Mammalia. Similarly, the common name is housefly, mango or wheat. They have their own biological names and they belong to various or different genus, family, order, class and phylum or division. Kindly go through the table very properly. Next topic we are going to learn is the taxonomical aids. Storehouse of information and specimens which can help in identification and classification of organisms are called taxonomic aids. Study of various species of plants, animals and other organisms are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, etc. These studies are useful to know about our bioresources and their diversity. These help in identification, naming and classification of organisms. There are various taxonomical aids. The first one is herbarium. Herbarium is the storehouse of plant specimens. Specimens are dried, pressed and preserved on sheets. These sheets are arranged systematically according to the universally accepted system of classification. Herbarium sheet contains information about date and place of the collection, collector's name, local and scientific name, family, etc. It also provides quick referral systems in taxonomical studies. The next taxonomical aids is botanical gardens. A botanical garden is a place where plants are grown and displayed for the purposes of research and education. Each plant contains labels indicating the scientific name and family. Some famous botanical gardens are Indian Botanical Garden, Calcutta, National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow, Garden of Medicinal Plants, North Bengal University in West Bengal. The third taxonomical aids is the museum. Museum is the place of collection of preserved plants and animal specimens for study and reference. Specimens are preserved in containers or jars in preservative solutions and can be preserved as dry also. Insects are preserved in insect boxes after collecting, killing and pinning. Large animals are stuffed and preserved. The fourth one is the zoological parks. Zoological park is a place where wild animals are protected under similar to their natural habitat. It provides opportunity for studying the behavior and food habits of the animals. Some famous zoo or the zoological parks in India are Zoological Park Mysore, Nehru Zoological Park Hyderabad, Trivandrum Zoo, Chennai Zoo. The fifth taxonomical aid that we will study is key. Keys are used for identification of plants and animals based on similarities and dissimilarities. Keys are analytical in nature and based on contrasting characters in a pair called couplet. Out of two proposed characters, only one which is relevant is accepted while the other is rejected. Each statement in a key is called a lead. Separate taxonomic keys are required for each taxonomic category such as family, genus, order, etc. Other taxonomical aids include flora, manuals, monographs, and catalogs. They help in correct identification. Manuals provide information for identification of names of various species in a given area. Monograph contain information of any particular taxon. With this, we come to an end of this chapter. Kindly go through the slides properly. Thank you.